Welcome to the next iVue Robotics video. In this one we'll be taking a look at the advanced configuration menu and mission planner for Sik radios, in particular changing that ID so if you have multiple developer error operating you don't have to worry about crosstalk on the same channel. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so now that we've got Mission Planner opened up, unlike normal, you're not going to connect in the right-hand corner, although you do want to go ahead and make sure that your telemetry radio is plugged into the computer, and ideally the other radio that you're using in the pair is already powered and connected. You can update them both manually, but if you already have the connection, it's not necessary. You can just do both at the same time. Anyways, continuing along, you're going to want to go to the Setup menu, Optional Hardware, and then you'll find the Sik Radio tab. After that, you're going to need to make sure you're on the right COM port for your radio. You can adjust that in the top right here, and then load settings. After a minute, that'll all load in, and there's a lot you can adjust here, from the frequency range to the duty cycle. You can change the airspeed, which controls the air data rate, and all that just lets you fine-tune the radio to what you need, maybe get more range out of it, or increase the rate that data is coming back and forth. What we're interested in here, though, is the net ID. You need to make sure this is the same for both radios in the pair you're using, and if you're using multiple pairs, you're going to want to make sure it's different for every pair so that you're not having issues with crosstalk between the radios. Changing it is really simple. Once it loads in, select the drop down, change the number, and then this is very important. If you have the pair set up, you will always want to hit copy required to remote. If not, after you load these settings onto the radio, it will break the connection and you won't be able to reestablish it without manually changing the other radio to match. But once you've hit copy required to remote, go ahead and hit save settings, and that will save it onto both radios. Can take a minute depending on how much you did or if you updated firmware, especially if you're doing two at once over telemetry. But once that's done, you're all set and ready to fly. Alright, so that's how to change the net IDs for the Sik radios. It was a pretty quick one, but if you have any particular questions about the radios or anything else, just let us know and we'll get back to you. See you in the next one.